All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite WMMA podcast. Hashtag CB99 Talks. It's episode 150. We back with another one, y'all. What's going on? Back once again. All right, y'all. I'm still feeling the effects of the show last night, man. We was having some fun over there on my man BJ's channel. Shout out to No Filter MMA. If you ain't subscribed to him, you got to tune into that show that we did last night. It was fire. We was over there talking a bunch of crap. But yeah, man, we back over here now. Got to get in some discussions over here. Talk about some fights last weekend. What we got coming up this weekend as well. It's looking good, man, for WMMA. I know everybody always looks for something to complain about, but we got two WMMA main events coming up. One this weekend and the following weekend, So I really can't get mad at that. That's some good stuff. And they're good fights. They're good fights. There's some good flyweight action coming up this weekend, man. And this past weekend wasn't bad either. This past weekend was not bad. When you're looking at the caliber of fights we were watching, they delivered. They delivered. It wasn't like we were watching championship fights or title eliminators. They were on point, So yeah, I was cool with last weekend's fights. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I know we only got 2 on the UFC card, but it's going down, man. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here again and give a shout out to BJ. We had a good show last night over there, and we talked about a lot of things, a lot of good stuff, man. I don't know, man. He always be bringing that craziness out of me when we get to talking about some fights, man. So I appreciate that, man. He come over here tonight. I know he might be busy tonight, but we got some stuff to talk about. I want to talk about last weekend, and yeah, what's up, Marcus? Shout out to Marcus. I know he sent me this message, so I wanted to kind of get my thoughts on Joanna and her recent interview. After she got inducted into the Hall of Fame, she want to talk about. She kind of wanted to talk about why she didn't want why she couldn't come back. And I want to get my thoughts on her coming back as well, because there was a point I thought she was, but she addressed that. She addressed it and why she didn't come back. So I want to talk about Joanna a little bit. What else? Yeah, the fights last weekend, of course, I want to run through them fights last weekend. Let's talk Joanna a little bit. PFL. I know BJ wanted to know my thoughts on that over there, and I wanted to come over here and discuss some of the PFL stuff. And one of the conversations we had over there, I want to bring up over here if y'all missed it. I want to talk about Grasso again, like the resume situation, because I know right off top you might say, "Oh, I'm saying Grasso fought nothing but easy fights," or I'm not giving her credit for being champion, but I am, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, when you look at Grasso's resume compared to some of the other girls, it looked a little bit more comfortable. Not easy, like not easy like that. But when you compare her resume to some of the other girls, yeah, I don't even know how we got on that topic. I really don't even know how we got on that topic, but we did. What else? And then just talk about some WMA. They just announced a few more new fights coming out. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. One of the funniest moments in WMA when Cynthia Calvillo outboxed Jessica I. And worked her on the ground as well. She really outworked her on the ground. Like, controlling her on the ground was pretty, awkward. It had to be a little embarrassing for Jessica I, right? Because Jessica I's supposed to be bigger, and she came in the fight saying she was stronger, right? But anyways, yeah, we had 3 fights last weekend, a couple bantamweight fights, and strawweight, some strawweight action. Man, we was going in on this fight right here, man. I can't help it, man. Look, Jacqueline Amram versus Corey McKenna. It was good. It was a good quick finish, and I just couldn't believe how Corey McKenna, just delved right into the world of Jacqueline Amram that easy, like how she gave it up. And yeah, looking back at the fight, I did see her catch the kick, and as soon as she caught the kick, Jacqueline Amram went on and capitalized. She went on and pulled guard, and that's what I was saying. Like I know that Jacqueline Amram, she still has a lot to learn, but when it comes to her finishing skills, finishing tactics, it's always there. She's that type of finisher. She'll always get it like that. Like when she sees opportunity, like whenever Aaron Blanchfield saw the opportunity with JJ Aldridge. Granted, we keep saying JJ Aldridge lost the first round, like she lost the first round, but that don't matter. It matters who finished the fight, and when Aaron Blanchfield saw the opening, she got her out of there, right? And I think same deal we could say with Jacqueline Amram. She saw the opportunity. Corey McKenna gave it to her, and she took it. She grabbed that leg, she grabbed her and took it to the ground. And I know Corey McKenna, man, like I think it was like the real shock of it, man. It was like just the shock of it, like whenever she first got locked in, and Beltran, he thought it was over because he thought it was fully extended, and she just didn't want to tap. But then she was like, wait, she was just like, wait. She was just like, wait. And to me, I was like, nah, you can't do that. It's too late. It's too late right there. But Jacqueline Amber, she locked it in and finished the fight like she was going to, because when you're in that position with Amram, she's not gonna let it go. And I'm looking at some of her past fights and just her training. She's a black belt for a reason. She's that solid when it comes to her jiu-jitsu. Now moving on from here though, the territory is going to get even more hectic, even for Jacqueline Amram. I was just looking at the layout. And I know over there on BJ's channel last night, I was saying a good fight for her would be like Yasmin Jauregui, and that could be a good fight for her. Could be a good fight for her to advance, because they contrast in styles. Yasmin's more of the striker, and then you got Jacqueline Amram, who's more of a ground fighter. So we'll see how that goes. But it'd be wise for Amram to continue to step her game up, get a little bit more well-rounded. I know that Yasmin looked a little bit more comfortable on the feet, how she was moving, how she was stepping side to side. Just didn't really like fully have to showcase her stand up, but she got that reach too, man. Like she knows how to use it on the ground, but I really like to see her advance and use that reach with some stand up. Like I think that girl would have some power. Like Jacqueline Amram, man, she would definitely have some power if she let them hands go, man. For sure. She got some size to her, long arms. So we'll see, man. Corey McKenna, man, she been out for a year. I'm gonna get a girl a pass. Like she legit got submitted, but she'll come back, man. She's still like 24 years old. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen as far as like her falling off yet. It ain't even like that yet. She just getting started. So I mean, she was doing things, outside of the cage. She got injured. She went and got married. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like she was trying to prolong that submission, but it was too late, man. It wasn't gonna happen. But strawweight is kind of crazy right now. Like I think we have a lot of good up and coming talent, but I still don't see anybody that stands out to me. Like I really don't see one or two. I have no triple threat. I have no triple threat at all, man. Like I'm trying, okay? I'm trying when it comes to strawweight. I really am. Like, let me see. Who's on a really good win? I know I like Josephine Newton. I know she's young and undefeated. She undefeated? Yeah, she's undefeated. I like her, but we haven't seen her in the UFC long enough. Of course, like she's only fought one fight. Who else? Like, I really can't. Like, Yasmin Lucindo, I could, but even then, like I would have to see her destroy like Carolina, something like that. I wanted to put Loopy in there to point. I wanted to put Gomes in there to point, but Angela Hill came through and crushed them dreams. She came through and crushed my dreams. So it's like, nope. Skill gap is different than flyweight, y'all. That's what it is. It's just a little different. Um, who else? Can't say Demopolis. She's good on the ground, but lacking in some areas. Me think. No. I can't think of nobody. Can't think of nobody for strawweight as far as like a triple threat to Wei Lee right now. Yisong Wei Lee taking on any of these girls, she's destroying all right now. Even Marina Rodriguez is gonna beat a lot of girls. Even Marina Rodriguez beat some of these girls. I just can't. I just can't see like somebody's just gonna have to wow me when it comes to strawweight. I mean, good fighters, but I don't see a future champion right now at the bottom. Nope, I don't. All right, so yeah, that was a good finish. She deserves a bonus for that one. That was a good quick finish. And let's see who else do we have? Yeah, the Chandler Nunes fight. I was talking about this. My thoughts went over there, BJ, your channel as well. I think that Jocelyn Nunes really needs to work on being more than just a puncher, man. Like, yeah, she's got knockout power, but there was never a position where I seen this girl trying to land leg kicks or even get this fight to the ground. I didn't see anything, man. Like, I didn't see anything like that. It was just, going straight in for the knockout, looking straight for the knockout. And eventually, you're going to run into somebody that won't get knocked out like that. They'll just take your punch, and it's happening right now. So, I think Jocelyn Nunes, that's her main focus, is the ground that she needs to work on. Looking at Chelsea Chandler, as far as what's next for her, I believe she's number 13. Looking at the rankings right now, there's a few names I would like to see her in there with. I think the Chiasson fight would be interesting. Macy Chiasson, I believe that they had called one another out before. I believe they had called one another out before, and I think Macy had got injured. I think that was around the time she got injured. When she was scheduled to fight Ketlin, she got injured, so that kind of died down. But if that fight don't happen, I think Chelsea Chandler versus just looking down the list here, Carol Rosa's an interesting name. I think that's an interesting style too. I think that would be guaranteed a banger, man. Like if you had put let me see. Let me refresh this thing. Hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Because Carol Rosa number 8. Yeah, that's a good name. Carol Rosa's a good name. She brings it. She's tough. Them combinations she was putting on Irina Aldana was hell. So Carol Rosa's a good name for Chelsea. Panty coming off the loss to Macy. That's not a bad name. Number 9. Even Julia Avila. Julia Avila needed somebody that was ranked below at the time when she came back. Miesha Tate, that was a tough fight for her to come back with. I wouldn't have put Julia Avila in Miesha Tate no matter what. Hold on, y'all. I'm pulling y'all this chat up. Hold on. Here we go. Let me refresh it. Okay, let me start at the bottom here. BJ said Chelsea versus Joanna. Chelsea Chandler versus Joanna. Joanna kind of sky. Where's she ranked at right now? Joanna is ranked at number 10. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad fight. Not a bad fight. If you're looking for action though, I would pick Panty because that would be a banger. I think they would be throwing hands. Carol Rosa, no doubt that girl be throwing hands. Like Carol Rosa built different. Carol Rosa, she's built different. So I would say Carol Rosa is a good name. And Julia Avila. I would say Julia Avila, Panty, Carol Rosa, or Chiasson. But if Yana happened to get the fight, I mean, I'd be cool with that too. I mean, let's let Chelsea go ahead and get Yana up out of that spot, right, BJ? There you go. Get her out that spot. Hold on. Let me pull up these comments. Chelsea versus Yana. Easy. He said only one that has a legit shot to me is Verna. She's got to beat Loopy first. As far as getting the belt, Mark said Chelsea versus Julia Avila. Yeah. She got to beat Loopy first. If Loopy beats Verna and she does it in dominant fashion, then maybe I'll turn my radar back onto her. But even then, man, like it's gonna take some. It's gonna take some doing, man. All right, so all right, here we go. Yeah, those would be the names I would say. Easy said no excitement in 135 at all. Yeah, there's not really like heavy excitement, but there's decent scraps. I'll tell you that. Like there's been some good fights, like action wise, but as far as the excitement you get in 125 and the excitement you have still at 115, it's a little different. Like I'll watch a fight, I don't care. Like as a fight fan, like when Melissa Dixon and what's the girl's name? The Russian Ronda girl were fighting. That was a good fight, you know. And Jocelyn and Chelsea throwing down, drawing blood. It's a fight. It's a fight. I like fights, you know what I mean? So there is that type of excitement, but there's not the type of level of tenseness like we see with 125, if that makes sense. Like the stuff we were going in about last night, talking about resumes and all of that. Like you can't really do that right now 135, but at 125, we over here talking about either Aaron, Manon, or Barbara, all these girls on win streaks right now. So it's a little bit more exciting in that manner. So yeah, definitely. Um and yeah, like this fight too, Macy submitting Panny. It was kind of like Marina Rodriguez beating Michelle Waterson. You know what I mean? Like I leaned towards Panny at the end because I thought Macy wasn't gonna come in like fully herself at 135. I thought she might have had some trouble with the weight, but she was okay. The time off paid off for her. Panty, man, that ground game, that ground game is just so lacking, man. Like I just get so disappointed when I see fighters not make that, make that improvement throughout the years. Like when was the last time they fought? Hold on, Panty and Macy fought like I want to say 6 years ago, man, and she got submitted the same way. She got submitted the exact same way. Looked like she was about to throw some hands. She had some effective work off her back when she was hitting Macy in the face, but I was like, that's not gonna hang. Yeah, 6 years ago. 6 years ago, submitted earlier than the first fight. She got submitted in the second round the first time. The first time she got submitted in the second round. But this time around, Macy did it quicker. She saw the back and she took ownership of it, So stuff like that just kind of disappointed me that she wasn't able to evolve, and she kind of fell into the same trap as before. Still a boxer, Panty's still a stand-up fighter. That's just what it is for her. Easy said, I feel there are a real lack of personalities at 135. It could be better if they sold themselves better. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, again, there's a lot of people who can fight, but they might not have the personality. So yeah, like to be attractive to the main fan base, that huge fan base, casual fan base, I think they need some personality, right? They do need that personality, but somebody who's just used to turning the TV on and wanting to hear that bell ring and they go at it, I'm always going to tune in. But yeah, as a whole, they need personalities. They do. Chelsea versus Amanda Ebos dog fight. Look, if I'm gonna tell you like this, look, if Amanda Ebos even make it to the second or third round with Chelsea, I'm gonna be mad at Chelsea. I'm gonna have some words with her. Like, there ain't no way Ebos need to be making it to the second or third round if that fight was to happen. All right. Um, hold on. MBS and Pena lit a small fire, but that died when Rocky made MBS look like a fool. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm glad I stuck with that pick. I was like, I'm not so fully on Buena Silva. Like, she had me going with like her, submission wins, but then I was like, I think Rocky's gonna get this one. If Ebos gets past Chelsea in the second, you said she winning that, she better not. Like, I know that's just a funny fight to make up, but still, I'm just saying. All right. So yeah, not a bad weekend. I will say this next for Chelsea Chandler. I think for her, just so y'all know, Chelsea Chandler shot up 4 spots. She went from number 10 to number 6 now. So for her, I think she should. The Chelsea fight would be interesting, but for Macy as the individual, I think she should shoot higher from the way she's been talking. Like, Macy Chiasson said, I want to go straight for the belt now. Like, I want to go on that title run. She's like, this is where I'm at. And at number 6, I ain't mad at her. Macy Chiasson at number 6, I'm not mad at her. She's been in the game now, since 8 years, right? Since that Tough House finale. I know it was featherweight, but she's been bouncing back and forth from bantamweight to featherweight. So now she made the choice to stay at this weight and win the UFC. So I think Macy Chiasson need to just stick it out and go on, keep it moving. And with that being said, I think Macy Chiasson needs to eye the winner of Holly Holm and Kayla Harrison, because those are the two that are always on lock to get a title shot. For Kayla Harrison, not necessarily. I mean, she just came up in here, but I think with the way things are moving, she need to keep her eye on that fight, because if Kayla wins, that's not enough for Kayla to get a title shot. So Macy need to be like, yo, let me step in here and be like, you ain't taking my shot. You just got here. You ain't gonna get a shot against Pena. You ain't getting a shot against any of these girls. If she want to shoot a little higher, I know in the interview she said Ketlin Vieira, she'd be cool with rescheduling that fight. Ketlin Vieira said, she said that, yeah, Ketlin Vieira is a good name. She'd still do that. Hey, Myra Buena Silva, they still got her at number 2. So it's kind of open. It's open season for right now. Like, you really can't argue with Macy's choice to try to go for the belt. I mean, take any of these girls on and it's yours now. I mean, Holly, Kayla Harrison. I know she lost to Irina Aldana, but Irina Aldana, is probably going to be out for a while from the injuries. Kevin Berry, reschedule that. Myra Buena Silva's right there. Juliana Pena, I mean, does anybody really think Juliana Pena going to get a title shot straight off? Do you think she's going to really get a title shot after 2 years off? That's a question for y'all in the comment section. What you think? Did she get a title shot? Does Juliana Pena get that title shot, or she should be forced to fight somebody else now? Like Pena versus Vieira. Pena versus Aldana. I just got a little sidetracked. Looking at the rankings. Pena's getting the title shot hands down. That's a BJ. Okay. Let me see. James, I think Pena gets it. Yeah, she might get it, but I'm not really thinking she deserved it. I mean, I'm just being real. 2 years off. 2 years off. Nah. Girl got to do something. 2 years off and going straight for the strap now. Oh, well, might be a benefit for Rocky. Does anybody know how long? Yeah, 2 years. About going on 2 years. Going on 2 years now. She's been out for almost 2 years. Because July 2022 was the last fight. July 2022 was the last fight. So we going on 2 years in about 4 months, right? Let me pull it up. There's sometime I remember dates, sometime I don't. Yep, July 30th. July 30th, 2022. So yeah, we coming up on 2 years. So I don't think so. Now Chiasson decided to, put it together and just to go on her little win streak. Like if Chiasson, goes in there and beats Vieta, and then beats Myra Buena Silva, then I would say give it to her. And no, I don't think Kayla Harrison need to get this belt, get no title shot. If Kayla Harrison beat Holly Holm, nah, they ain't gonna get her no title shot. Yeah, like they could give it to her, but would she deserve it? No. Like that's where I think some of the other girls need to step in and say something at that point. Like somebody better show up at a presser and be like, no, don't give it to her. That's where Macy and them got to open up and start running them, step out of character and run their mouth, But yeah, I'm just trying to look at Bantamweight easy. I know it's not that exciting, but as a hardcore fan, I'm just kind of looking at where it's playing out. All right. I'm just kind of looking where we playing out at right now. All right. So yeah, real quick here, man. I know that Joanna just did an interview recently, and I wanted to just look at it because I was wondering, man. I was wondering like what was her deal? Like, and I know some of y'all were asking that question. Some of y'all were asking, does Joanna have a chance of coming back, or is she coming back? Or, if she's inducted, will she come back? And I thought about it too, like a little while back, because she was posting up on IG. She was on IG posting up her hitting the mat again, and she was doing Muay Thai drills and everything, hitting the mitts, and looking like she was onto something. And come to find out, she was. She said that she was going to try to come back, but that thing, no, man, that just, she had to stop that train. That thing had to stop because she had another injury. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't understand, man. Like these fighters, they look good on the outside. You look at them when they flex, say, oh, wow, this person's in shape. But when it comes to the fighters build, they are, I hate to say it, damaged, especially with the ones that have a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. Even like I say, with Holly Holm, Holly Holm, physically, when you look at her flex, she look good, but girl they be in pain. And she hurt her back. Joanna had hurt her back again, she said. And, that put her out and put her to the point where she was like, no, I'm not coming back. Let me see this. I'm going to pull this article up here. So when she was on MMA Hour, the MMA Hour, she said, let's see. She was, okay, yeah. She said that she was contemplating to come back. She said, I have to be honest with you. Yes, I thought about fighting again. Even a few days before the last show at UFC 299, I was like trying to force my manager to let me go in. Wow. You hear that? Even as short as 299, she was talking about trying to get up in there. She said, let me go in. I know that right there going to make BJ jump up right there. When he hears girl talking like that, she said, let me go in. But my family, some of my fans and friends, they don't want me to do this anymore. I'm like in between, but I'm not going to fight. But she said, look, I'm in between, but I'm not going to fight in the UFC ever again, which makes sense. I mean, hey, you can feel that way, but you have to make that choice physically. Like mentally, she might still feel like she could engage, she could get in there, but physically, you just got to put a stamp on it and say, no, you got to put the lock on it and say, that's it. Not fighting ever again. And that's right. That's okay. I mean, she's had a lot of great fights, some tough wars. In the fights that she's been in, man, I don't think some of the other girls now could even put up with that type of action. The things that she's done. Let's see, it say Joanna confessed that the time immediately following her decision to retire hit the hardest. She still felt like she was ready to fight again. She went as far as to travel to Florida. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, she trained at American Top Team again. She went down to Florida, trained American Top Team. But she said that trip reminded her why she retired in the first place. All right. Honestly, the first 8 months after I retired were the most difficult because I was thinking every day. I was even calling and texting Dana that I was going to come back. And I think he noticed that too. Like, I think she's trying to come back. That's why he kind of just put the lid on it and didn't really say anything. All right. She said, I went to the States. I don't know if you saw back in January of last year. I was training really hard for 4 weeks. I was ready to schedule a fight. But then a super back injury came back and I had to go through the medical procedure. And I'm still trying to get in shape after a year. Wow. See, you know, you just never know. You just really never know. That is something that you have to really look at. Like, you have to weigh all those options. You have to look at those different things. Like, yeah, you could say, oh, sign me up. I'll fight so and so. But you got to get past training first. And that's where you really find out how well your body's working. That's how you find out that body's really in shape and ready to go. And I think she found out, nope, I can't do it. Like, mentally, again, she wants to fight, but I don't think so. I don't think she'll ever be back. Not with that type of not that type of injury. A back injury? Oh no, yeah, BJ, all that killer takedown defense, that, and putting all that pressure against the cage, yes, you know, just really putting a lot of force on that back, drills too, to make her takedown defense that immaculate in a fight. Imagine the work she's doing in training, you know? So she was probably going through a lot, man. Like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work on her back. And the fighters that she's fought, come on. But it's good though. It's good that she's done, because aside from the back injury, man, I'm thinking of head injuries, man. Like, this girl, y'all know Joanna been through some wars. She's had many a concussion. Joanna had a knot on her head in the Jessica Andrade fight. She got a knot on her head in the Karolina Kowalkiewicz fight. She got knotted up in the Rose fight really bad. The rematch I'm talking about. And then she, of course, got knocked out by Rose, so her brain's been rattled in those 4 fights alone. That's before you even look at the Wei Lee fight. And then, her legs, look at her legs, man. Like, Joanna's legs take a beating. She's a Muay Thai fighter, so there's a lifespan on them legs, man. Like, as far as how far they'll carry you as a Muay Thai fighter, man. Like, in a few years, she's gonna really feel it. She's gonna really feel that, man. Like, checking kicks, throwing calf kicks, all of that, man. It's hell on the body. Ooh, just looking at it, man. Like, remember her foot, how bad it swelled up in the Michelle Waterson fight? So yeah, she's taking beatings. She's taking gave out beatings, but she's taking some punishment. I mean, the Wei Lee fight was like 2 or 3 fights alone worth of punishment. I mean, her head blew up 4 to 5 times its size, So I'm not mad at her if she won't come back. I don't think she needs to. All right. But let me look at this. Okay, yeah, BJ, yeah, he said her back was probably bad from the takedown defense. Yeah. Brian, he said that I hated Joanna, but she was a joy to watch, to fight. Yeah. And that's the thing. Joanna has always been that type of fighter. This is how I put it, for me, Joanna, she always came through as an entertaining fighter, whether it was I wanted to see her win and she lost when I wanted her to lose. Every time she would act up and be a fool, she would get knocked out at the right time. Except the Claudia fights. Yeah, Paul said both Wei Lee fights and both Claudia fights. Yeah, the second Wei Lee fight was man, never seen her like that. The way she got taken down in that fight too. Yeah, Claudia fights, those were some rough wars. But the ones where she actually took like a lot of head punishment was like Carolina and Wei Lee and Rose. Both of those Rose fights, she took a lot of punishment. Yeah, she dominated for 2 years straight. Nothing more to prove. Still, nobody can really hold a candle to what she's done. So yeah, even if she came back now, I'd be like, who you gonna fight? Wei Lee's the champ, so you gonna fight her? There was a time when I wanted to see her fight Dern and Marina Rodriguez. That was like a couple years ago when she was talking about coming back, but not anymore, man. I don't want to see that, man. I mean, I still think she would beat. Let me think about it now. I'm not Marina, but do I think she could beat Dern? If she was still halfway there, I think she could still beat Mackenzie Dern, man. But I think she would beat. Uh, I don't think she would beat Marina at this point. No, I think she would beat Mackenzie Dern. Like, yeah, if she was ready to go. How many, James said, how many title defenses? 5. Yes, yeah, she's beating Dern. She's gonna beat Dern, but I don't think at this point she'll beat Marina. I think that would have been the fight. That would have been the fight. That would have been more so competitive. Easy says she KOing Dern easy. I don't think she'll KO her because I have to give Dern's chin credit, but Dern won't look like Dern when she come out of there. Let me put it that way. Dern's gonna look like some battered cookie though. Dern's gonna come out looking like you ever seen like Nestle Toll House cookie dough when you mixing it. Dern's face is gonna look like that after eating jab after jab and say they did like a three round or 5 round fight. Dern gonna look just like that. Joanna and Lemos right now would be a good fight. Yeah, that's a good fight. That would have been a good fight. Like if they had brought anybody, if they brought her opponent, she decided to come back. Yeah, that would have been an interesting fight. All right. Let me jump over here to PFL real quick. BJ said, "Stop the madness, y'all hate Dern." Oh, come on, man. Like you know it too, man. You know what would happen if Joanna and Dern fought. You know what would happen, man. If Dern and Joanna fought, you know exactly what would happen. Cause you over there talking about you simping for Joanna right now, so it's like, come on, man. You better keep it real. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You got like 23 people in here. KK versus Joanna too. I'd go with Joanna still. I'd still go with Joanna. Easy said, I personally don't want to see her come back. That last fight with Whaley was brutal. Yeah, I don't either. I don't want to see her come back. J Ball said, I'm a Joanna fanboy, but I don't know if Joanna has the power to keep Dern back. I think she has the power to keep her back. It's not even really about that real power. It's about that timing and speed of her jab. Like that speed of her jab brings enough power. Like the same way she was knocking Andrade back, that jab would keep her back. Oh yeah, that jab would definitely keep Dern back. Yeah, like she probably wouldn't, like I said, knock her out, but her jab is a piston. She got that piston jab. Yeah. BJ said Dern's chin is sus. No, it's not sus. Her defense is. Her chin is good, but once you run into a hammer so many times, the hammer is going to drop you eventually, So I wouldn't really say her chin is sus. Ebos versus JJ. At this point, BJ, I'm gonna say this: if it's Joanna of today, Ebos gonna toss her at least once. I would still pick JJ, but she might toss her at least one time because Ebos was bringing that new element of judo into the sport. I'm just trying to be funny. No, it ain't new element. I'm just saying, like her judo, her judo might catch Joanna off guard at this point, and then she might go flying. All right, yeah. Let me talk about this here. Let's talk about this PFL. Let's talk about this PFL stuff here. Regular season. I was discussing with you, BJ, and the more I looked at it, I know you said it. Do I have any favorites in it? Well, first off, I like everybody on this card that's fighting April 4th. But yeah, like for the most part, well, I'm gonna say I like everybody because there's some fighters I'm still not sure. Like Shannon Young, I still need to see something from her. Like I know she was in the UFC, but um, I still don't think that experience is going to carry over like it will with Tyler Santos. Tyler Santos did get somewhere. Tyler did get somewhere. Same with Caitlin Neal. Same with Caitlin Neal. I'm not seeing that killer in her. So I just can't say. Mm-mm. But the one thing I've talked about so many times now that since this season was announced is Carmouche and Velasquez is a terrible fight. They've already fought twice. That's an unnecessary third fight. Okay. I don't think that needs to happen. So I think we can already say that Liz is going to advance. No dig at Julianne Velasquez. I'm just saying because she didn't win the first two times. So I don't know how we think she's going to come in there and do something crazy and beat Liz this time around. Liz is on a nice little win streak with Bellator. So she's been getting her skills where they need to be. So yeah, I think Liz right now, yeah, we can already put her on that bracket to the next semifinals, right? Um, as far as like I was saying yesterday, as far as who I would think would be my favorites, well, I think the favorites, that statement stays the same. I still think it's going to be between Santos and Carmouche in this one. Santos, Carmouche, and Dakota because she is the European champion. But the wild card, easy on that chart. You can just cross. Uh-oh. Did you tell BJ that, Easy? I know you heard that. Easy, he said Watanabe needs to be crossed out. BJ thinks she's got a chance. I mean, she might be the wild card in this one. I think Kielholtz is a wild card. I think Kielholtz might surprise some people. I think it's just that lack of ground game and lack of IQ at times that have cost Kielholtz. But Watanabe, she could be the one. No, she already been knocked out by Liz Carmouche though, and I think if Dakota Dechiva has that takedown defense going for her, and Dakota Dechiva can hit hard, Dakota Dechiva might knock out Kana. I'm just saying. I know BJ think I'm bringing smoke. Dakota might knock her out. I'm just saying. Denise Kielholtz. That, like I said, that I think that's the one thing that's lacking with her is just her ground game at times. So her fight with Tyler, that's going to be a tough one. Juliana Velasquez, man, I hate to see her fight. Why can't they give her Lisa Malden or something? Or give her Caitlin Neal? That would have been good. All right. So yeah, those are like my favorites. I think that'll probably take it. I think, Liz and Tyler and Dakota's in that mix. I know she's in that mix, but I would say my high two fighters that have a chance to take this thing, I'm talking millions, is Tyler and Liz. Let me see. Yeah, Dakota hasn't really faced any good competition. Will Liz beat her like that? I don't know if she'll like destroy her. Liz is very cautious nowadays and very technical. So that could be what Dakota needs, is somebody that's going to give her breathing room. We'll see how it plays out into that style. Let's see, BJ. So you have to have a certain style to beat Watanabe. If you're not a grinder, she whoops you. I mean, if you're a good counter puncher, you can beat her. Easy says, that's what I'm saying. I've studied this carefully. I'm going to do good on bets with this one. Okay. With Kana Watanabe, she's lined up against who? Who is she lined up against? I really hang on one second. I'm gonna pull this thing up again. Los Santos. Okay, here we go. I'm start at the bottom again. Caitlin Neal and Samiko Inaba. I do think that Samiko Inaba lights Caitlin Neal up. I think with what she proved and how she was able to stand and bang with Denise Kielholtz, that fight kind of showed us something that she's durable and she has hands as well, and she's letting go. Like unlike Caitlin Neal, she's not letting go. Samiko Inaba, I think she gets her fight. Chelsea Hackett, Jenna Bishop. Jenna Bishop's another one that I'm looking at. Like Samiko Inaba and Jenna Bishop, those are two I'm like rooting for versus who I think is going to win. Like I think those are two that I would love to see make it all the way there. Like I'm actually a little bit more. I know a lot of people think, all right, Dakota DeChiva is a stand-up fighter, so I'm gonna root for her. But I'm actually more in favor of Jenna Bishop. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually going for the grappler here. I know that surprises some people, but yeah, Jenna Bishop, I'm a bit more of a fan of her style than I'm a fan of Dakota Chiva's style because she's a stand-up fighter, but I just tend to like Jenna Bishop a little bit better. So she's one that I would like to see make it. Watanabe and Shannon Young, yeah, I think I'll go Watanabe in that fight. And Santos and Kielholtz, I lean heavy towards Santos because of her tool belt. Got more tools. But Kielholtz is explosive, man. When she hits that center, you can't stand in there and bang. Yeah, Dakota DeChiva versus Lisa Malden. I'd probably go with Dakota in that fight. Yeah, I think Lisa Malden's okay. Like she did beat Yanez, and she did stop Helen Peralta when Helen Peralta came over to PFL. But I remember a little while back, I saw her get beat by Sam Hughes when Sam Hughes started to adjust to her, and that was a little while back, like 3 or 4 years ago. But that's where I was already on the radar with Sam Hughes a while back when I saw Lisa Malden in there lose to her. So, where is Deanna Bennett? Yeah, where is Deanna Bennett? Like, where is Deanna Bennett in all of this action? Like Deanna Bennett, I don't see her in the mix anywhere right now. BJ, you reach out to Deanna Bennett, man. Where's she at? Where's Justine Keisha's for that matter? Where's she at? Ali Malay, I know why she's not there. I mean, she's probably just done, but Deanna Bennett can't make weight, probably. Oh, injury. Okay. Injury. Justine Keach, though, I mean, like, where's she at? Wonder why they didn't put her in the mix. I think she would have been a tough customer. I thought Justine Keach beat Ali Malay a little while back, didn't she? Yeah. Alaria Wani, I remember, yeah, she they probably didn't put her in the mix because she got submitted by Jenna Bishop. Jenna Bishop took her out. Where is Bruna Ellen? I believe that's Eazy-E's girl, right? I just remember little things like this. I believe it was Eazy said Bruna Ellen was his girl. Somebody in here was a fan of Bruna Ellen. I like Bruna Ellen, but I know somebody was like a hardcore Bruna Ellen fan. Can't remember who it was. I think it was you, Easy. Somebody was a Bruna Ellen fan. But yeah, I don't see her. But I guess they wanted to kind of even this thing out with enough. Okay, it was you, Easy. It was Easy. All right. All right, Walter Bill, he says he's out. Okay. Yeah, PFL, I guess they wanted to kind of level this thing out. The PFL roster and the Bellator roster, maybe they wanted to get 6 and 6 of each to make it like even. But it doesn't really like match up, right? Like they didn't do PFL versus Bellator. They got Liz Carmouche and Velasquez fighting. So that's Bellator versus Bellator, but I don't know. But it should be an interesting card. I am looking forward to this one next week. 2 weeks. And I know, yeah, I'll be on BJ if you call this card, if you do a fight companion on Thursday for this one, I'm gonna tune in. I hope you on it sharp because it starts early, man. I'm gonna be tuning into it. Let me see. It is PFL 1 2024 regular season. It starts at let me see, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Paige Van Zant signed with Bellator. No, I don't think so. Her husband was. What, Austin Van Zant? Wasn't he yeah, he was in Bellator. She never did sign. She just went to BKFC. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we'll see how this thing turns out. There's some interesting matchups that can be made along the way. I'm gonna revisit this again, but yeah, right now as I look at it, I look more towards Tyler and Liz. They have a good chance of taking this thing. Wild card, my wild card is Keelholz and Bishop, I think. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. Kind of better watch out for them fighters with them dope hands, though. Yeah, and Paige is talking about competing in professional boxing. Yeah, not BKFC anymore, but yeah, like professional boxing, which I still think she gets lit up there as well. She's gonna get lit up there. Let me see. Easy. It depends on Dakota's cardio. If she got 5-round cardio, then she might beat Santos. But I got to see how Dakota does against a tough opponent. I think Dakota does have. Let me see. Has she been 5 rounds in any other organization? I don't think so, right? She's been finishing everybody. Whoa. It just hits you when you see the resume like this, all right? Yeah. Now I am definitely gonna say Santos and Liz because I still don't know how. I'm looking at the resume, okay? So when I look at the resume of Dakota DeChiva, she's tough, okay? She's tough. I give her that. She's got finishes, but she's got a lot of first round finishes, meaning that she has not been out of her element, and she's going to be taken out of her element on this flyweight roster here. Because look, Dakota, I mean, I know her fights end quick, but when you see it like this, okay, she's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first round finishes. Gone 3 rounds one time. Gone 2 rounds one time. And she has gone the distance at UAE, which is probably what, a 3-round fight. Okay, so she's gone the distance once in her career, about 3 rounds, but all those first round finishes, hey, it could be similar to Jacqueline Amram, like I'm saying, like when you get matched up against the right person, man. Easy, he said if she was a bum, I wouldn't be co-signing. Well, we're not saying she's a bum. Let's just say she hasn't been tested like that yet. All right. All right. We're not saying you co-signing a bum here, but we talking about somebody who, because Jacqueline Amram's not a bum. I wouldn't call her a bum. She's just somebody that hasn't been tested yet, out of their element. All right. So, you think she's going to take it all though? I don't know. Can she take it all without the help of the judges though? That's what I'm saying. Like, you feel like she's going to take it all by destruction? Conor Watanabe versus Jenna Bishop. That'd be interesting. I think I'll go with I'm gonna go with Bishop. I think Bishop has some pretty good hands and ground game, so I think Bishop might hurt her and follow up. Like if it goes to the ground, she'll be good. Yeah, Jenna Bishop, pretty tough. I think I'll go with her if that fight was to happen. Yeah. All right. So last thing I want to talk about here on this one, of course, is this fight week. All right. First fight week of the month. That is WMMA main event. All right. It's the first WMMA main event of the month. We have Ribas and Namajunas. And there's 2 fights on this card. 2 WMMA fights. Right. Easy's, I'm not worried about her and Liz, but I believe Santos could finish her. Oh, yeah. Santos' defense ain't that good, though. I will say that. Santos' defense is not the best. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, her defense is not the best. That's what kind of wrecked her in that Valentina fight in more ways than one. It cost her. Okay. So, yeah, this weekend coming up, we got 2 WMMA fights, Ebos versus Rose and Masrat Rendon versus Daria Zheleznyakova. Let's start with that fight real quick. All right, let's start with Rendon and Zheleznyakova because it's going to be quick. I don't know a great deal about, well, I know some about Rendon because, I've seen some of her fights when she was fighting at Combate and Invicta. But I don't know how, I don't know like how advanced she could be because I didn't get a chance to see her evolve. Like, they signed her off of the Brittany Cloudy fight, and that was a close one. That was like back in 2022. I thought Brittany Cloudy won that fight, honestly. I thought it could have went to her, Before that, I seen her fight in Combate against Christina Pettigrew, another fighter I follow that fights for Combate. And that was another close one. I see her as more like a stand-up fighter, likes to trade every now and then, bang a little bit, more kickboxer, not really one to go to the ground. Hasn't finished anybody yet in her career, if you can believe it, so I can't really like call her a killer like that on the feet that likes to bang. Can't really say she's one that will take you down and put you in a submission threat. So that's what I mean in fashion. I don't know where she's headed. I really don't know. Even her UFC debut was a close one, right? Against Vidal. It was a split decision. Like, I never really seen her take command of the fight. So those are the little things I just see here. Like, I can't pinpoint. Kind of like Pierre Rodriguez a little bit. Like, I don't really see enough. I don't really see enough that stands out with them that's going to carry them to that next level. Yeah, she's undefeated, but again, I think there were some really close fights there that should have went the other way. Brittany Cloudy, one of them. Pettigrew, you could argue. The Vidal fight was close, right? Daria Zheleznyakova, on the other hand, man, I was looking at this girl. I was watching some of her Aries fights, and this girl got heavy hands. She's got some heavy hands. Some of her early fights I was looking at on YouTube, she can knock people out. And her only loss is to Melissa Dixon. Quick fight. I believe that the last time I saw it, it wasn't like this. Even though she got stopped in the first round, it wasn't like she got destroyed, if I remember correctly. Like, I don't know if it was just like a situation where the ref stopped it. I have to go back and look, but Zheleznyakova is definitely game for this fight. At 8-1, she's heavy-handed, and has some weight to her. I actually thought she might have she was going to go to Bellator, and go to the featherweight division, but now she's coming over to UFC at 135. So, just an early look, I kind of look at her like is the one to win this fight. I think she had beat Liana Jojua too, a little while back when Liana Jojua left the UFC. She beat her, lost that close. Well, it was a stoppage loss to Melissa Dixon, but I thought she had her opportunities in there, and Melissa just took advantage of it. Ref got her out of there. Yeah, I think she does stand out a little bit more on the feet, like a little bit more effective. Like when she sees the opportunity, she'll go for it. Yeah. BJ says Vidal's still there. I don't know. I don't know if she is. They haven't said she's gone. Easy said she's gonna finish Rendon. I think so, man. Like I really think she is. Gabby, what's up? She said Daria seems to have power. Yeah, Daria has power. Daria has some power to her. Yeah, Rendon has heart, but even then, like I don't know how well it's been tested against some really, really tough fighters, but just not enough. Like even when she was signed, like it's no hate, man. Like, hey, more power to you if the UFC signs you. But if you were looking to ask me and say, should Rendon be signed right now? I would say no. And that's just to kind of save her from what's to come in the UFC, Because look at what the bantamweight division is offering right now. Even with Montserrat Rendon in there, like, do you really think she stands out? After that Brittany Cloudy fight, there was no other fights, like no other fights to really build her up. Didn't even go to the contender series. She didn't even go to the contender series. So I don't know, man. Yeah. I do lean towards Daria Zheleznyakova in this one. I think that, Rendon's gonna move. I think she will move. She will jab and stick here and there. But I think, the Zheleznyakova, if she worked on that pressure, put that body work together on her, and lands one of them heavy shots, she might be able to get her out of there. We'll see. Rendon's old though. You said she's 36. Let me see. Yeah, she's about 35. Yeah, she's about. Hold on, let me see. She should be 30. Let's see. 35. Yeah, they got her listed at 35. Yeah, she's 35. Yeah, she's in her mid 30s. Yeah, I guess it's her last chance, right? But got to get it going. Got to do something in here. She has to do something big. All right. Daria Zheleznyakova. She's a big girl. 28, 5'9". So she'll bring some action though. And then maybe her and Melissa Dixon, they can meet up again one day. So yeah. Zheleznyakova and Dixon, I think they're probably two of the more action-packed bantamweights they signed recently that I'm looking forward to. So we'll see. All right. Main events, Ribas and Namajunas. All right. Ribas, I got to give this girl credit, man. She fights. She'll fight anybody, man. Like, she really will. Like, Ribas, she probably would have fought Andrade, man, this Saturday. Ribas would have been coming with it, man. Paul, what's up, man? He said Daria's one loss could be seen as early stoppage too. 1 second left in the first round. She may have been winning. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, I couldn't remember if it was a bad call by the referee or if it was some situation like that. Yeah, like I remember her not being too hurt like that. I remember her still being somewhat into the fight. Right. Easy said when you get to the UFC, I would advise cross training with better gyms. The cost is worth it in that Shark Tank. Yeah. Always. Yeah, like you got to pick up everything you need, anything you from the best fighters, the best trainers. Brian said that's why we all love Ribas. Yeah, we got love for Ribas over here always, man. Like whether I'm joking her about getting knocked out 2 times against Marina. Yeah, I appreciate Ribas. Like that's what I'm gonna say before we talk about this. I appreciate Ribas as a fighter. She's an action fighter. I would love to see more technique, but she's one of them girls I think just kind of looks for the behind the back finish sometimes. It just depends on her heart, and I think that's what's going to keep her around for a while. It's going to keep her in the UFC for a while because she's always looking to fight and she'll always make it interesting. Rose, you know, prime Rose, we cannot, you know, prime Rose, talent all around, good footwork, you know, a joy to watch when she's striking. You'll look like you've been in a fight with Rose. Everybody who's, you know, whenever Roses turn up, you will look like you've been in a fight. There's, you know, ask any of them girls that Joanna, Page, Whaley, any of those girls. When she's turned up, she's turned up. But throughout the past few years, well, throughout all of her career, actually, you know, she's always been kind of up and down. You always have to catch her on the right day. And I broke this down to y'all many times, and I've never been that far off from it, because whenever Rose does an interview, it's almost spot on with what I say. You know, Rose is like an artist that has to be inspired. You know, Rose, I think her willingness to fight is kind of like the same thing as, you know, writing a song or something. You know, she has to be inspired to do it. You know, she has to be inspired. That's why for her to put on the perfect performance, it has to be something that's a challenge to her or scares her. Yeah, Paul said hit 1 for Rose, hit 2 for Ebas. Oh yeah. Let's start doing that. All right, hit 1 for Rose, 2 for Ebas. Hold on, let me put this right here. 1 for Rose, 2 for Ebas. So yeah, Rose, maybe she thought that's what she needed when she first came up, but it's more than that. Maybe she thought the fear that was in her and the big challenge in Manon was enough to ignite something in her, but it didn't work out that way, because you still got to put in that work. You still got to put in that work. You got to fill out. Especially if you're not a natural flyweight like Rose. That's why I told BJ yesterday when he asked me, "Is she a flyweight?" I said, "No, but she can be." Meaning, she'll have to take somewhat of the Grasso path and grow into flyweight, right? Like there's other girls you can look at and just say, "Oh yeah, that girl's a flyweight." The same way people look at Tyler or Manon and say, "Oh, they could be bantamweights. They are bantamweights," you know. Or you look at some girls at strawweight now and say, "Oh yeah, Joanna, she could be a flyweight," something like that. But you know, Rose was a little thin. She's tall and long, but as you know, she gets older, she could be that. But even then, she'll have to grow into it. You know, she'll have to get acclimated to it. And I thought this was the perfect fight for her to do it. Ebas, this would have been a perfect fight for her to grow into the division. This is what should happen first. But yeah, with that being said, when you really look at this thing, it all really depends to me if Rose is turned on. Because I think if she's turned on in this fight, her range, her striking, and her ability to, you know, step around and even stop takedowns, I think she'll be a problem, you know, for Ebas. But the thing that makes Ebas a problem is like she's always doing something. Like you got to make sure that you really get through to Ebas with your shots. Like you have to make sure that you can catch her. She's like a little Tasmanian devil because she's always moving. You know, you got to be able to, you know, like when the Tasmanian devil is like spinning, you got to be able to stick that iron bar into that tornado and stop her. Like, you know, Bugs Bunny would do, you know, whenever like she's spinning real fast, you got to be able to not get scared of it coming towards you and get caught up in the whirlwind. You got to stick that jab straight out in there and pop her right in the chin a couple of times to slow her down. And, you know, if Rose is not turned on like that in this fight, ready to keep that range when she's like fainting and stepping in with her jab or like diving in for takedowns, you know, if she's not ready for that, you know, she'll find herself in a real fight here, you know, because if Ebas can get on the inside, I think that's where it gets interesting. You know, whenever Ebas gets on the inside, she goes to that body, you know, and she starts clinching up or even taking this fight to the ground and getting that top control or jabbing her way in, like, taking a page out of Joanna's book, doing a little bit of damage like that, it'll be a problem. So for me, I think, with Ebos, I think using combinations and body work is important. And that's why I wanted to see Manon do a little bit more when they fought. Like, I thought, going to that body on Rose would be a little bit smarter, because with her moving up, I didn't think Rose was going to be like straight up ripped or anything, or like hard to the core. Like, she's never really been hard in the core. If you hit her in the pocket, the stomach there, the breadbasket, you can do some damage. So I think, Ebos thing has to be, you go low. When she tries to go high with the jab, Ebos needs to go low to the body. Ebos don't really have to worry about being taken down this fight and, struggling, because, Ebos welcomes it, so Ebos just need to watch out for the slickness of Rose and don't give up her back, because no matter how good Ebos is with her jiu-jitsu, Rose on the back is dangerous, because Rose is so thin and long. Like, she can get that triangle around your body real quick, and her, forearms are really, really thin. She could just get them right up under, So, yeah, it's really one of those fights, man, where if Rose is turned on, she's got enough technique to take this thing to Ebos and maybe stop her. But Ebos, she could pull an Andrade here and make this a tooth and nail type of fight. And if she does that, well, if she's on the inside, she'll be able to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if she's on the inside, she'll be able to do that. She'll be able to get on the inside. If she gets on the inside, she'll be able to get that type of work in. Because whenever you're on the inside of Rose, like, she's not as dangerous on the feet. If you clinch up with her, she's not that dangerous. I think, Rose, of course, has been 5 rounds against Joanna and Wei Li. Been 3 against Jessica Andrade. Ebos, she's been in some tough fights, but usually, you have to stop her to get out of there. She's been in there with Macy, got stopped. Marina got stopped. Chikagan, she was in there a few rounds with her. So when you look at it, Rose definitely been in there with the tougher competition and been in some more wars. I think Rose has a better chin, Rose got a better chin too, man. That's another thing you got to think about. Like, the chin might be bigger. The heart might be bigger on Ebos, but the chin is solid on Rose, very solid chin. So, solid chin. That's why I say Ebos needs to go to the body more in a fight with Ebos. Needs to go to the body in a fight with Rose. Who do I pick in this? Dang, man. Who do y'all got for the most part? I just want to see. Okay, so Paul said he. Did you put yours up, Paul? Oh, okay, yeah, he did. Okay. So Brian said he got 1 for Rose. All right. BJ said Ebos. Of course, I know that. 2. Easy said 1 for Rose. Ebos is really dumb at times. Okay. Paul and Zaman both say Ebos. Marcus said Rose. So we're tied 3-3. We're tied. Do I got to be the tiebreaker? All right. Should I be the tiebreaker? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let's ask another question. Should I be that tiebreaker? Easy said Ebos will have to get in Rose's face. She'll get pieced up even by unfocused Rose on the outside. Oh, yeah, most definitely. She got to get inside, man, like that. She got to get on the inside of Rose. You can't do that from the outside as Ebos. Head kicks. I mean, Macy Barber caught her with them. I don't see Rose being shy with head kicks here. When Rose is on the outside and Ebos is sitting there fainting, just staying on the outside trying to put that pressure, Rose gonna let something go and she can still catch her. And, a lot of the things that Rose does with her hands is just second nature now, like how she fires off her jab. Same way like JoJo, when JoJo throw them front kicks to the face and fire off, just flick shots out. A lot of what Rose does now with her hands is just second nature. So hopefully, she's got her speed and timing back at 125. I think she just needed to get, for sure fit to it. She should be okay. Paul said yes. I'm sorry, but seeing Rose on the Year of the Fighter thing with her service dog for her anxiety, yikes. I'm sorry. I love Rose, but I don't know, man. When was that? Was that recently? All right, Closer said put a poll in the chat. Let me see. I tried to do that last time. I was having trouble with it. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. All right. Hold on, y'all. Stream. Let me see. Do I gotta be on OBS to do that? Dang. Why can't I do that on StreamYard? Hang on, y'all. Let me see. If I go to the chat here, comments. Let me see. Dang, man. That's what it is. Yeah, I wanted to put a poll in the chat last time. I can't right now. Yeah, I have to do it on if I'm on OBS. See, I'm using StreamYard. Oh, hold on. I know that ain't true. I know I can find a way to do it. StreamYard. What else does Rose bring to the table in this type of fight, though? What do y'all think, man? Does Rose do it by knockout for the ones that are picking Rose? Does she stop her? Or this is 5 rounds too, man. Like I definitely see some swollen faces in this fight. Oh man, I got to download something else too. Dang. Yeah, I have to do it on OBS next time. That's why I need to get on OBS sometimes. But OBS be kind of low. Don't get me wrong, Rose's head kick against Whaley was epic, and her head kick against Karate Hottie was too. But Rose is not there winning every fight with head kicks. No, she's not. Well, that's the thing I even said. Like when she fought Manon, like everybody thought she was gonna go in there and knock Manon out with like a head kick. I was like, I don't see that coming. But this one could be. It could be there. It could be here in this fight. What are the chances of Rose landing a strike down the middle against Ribas? Pretty high. I mean, she'll probably land multiple strikes down the middle, right? Yeah, she actually has more rear naked chokes. Paige, Michelle Watterson, Angela Hill. Who are the other two? Were they early ones? Who else did she choke out? Those are 3 of the ones I can remember. Yeah, it was because she was open to hit. Manon's open to head kicks. Yeah, that and people just thought that she's gonna score a head kick because her striking was better, Yeah, 2 Kimuras and a flying iron bar. Yeah, I remember all those. Yeah, I was trying to think, man, like what guy used to do the poll up here, but it's not working. Yeah. I think Rose definitely has a good chance, to land a lot of strikes right down the middle. Ribas is just gonna be moving though, man. Like she'll be moving, trying to get on the inside. Honestly, who do you think is physically stronger? I kind of think Ribas might be physically stronger in this fight. I think Ribas might have the naturally physical strength since she's been at flyweight a little bit longer. And she's been walking around closer to this weight and has had rough weight cuts. I think she might be a little bit stronger here. I think when it comes to precision and power, that's Rose. Heart, I would say, is Ebos. Chin, I would give to Rose. Um, of course, footwork and just IQ, I give to Rose. But Ebos get the dog, man. Dog and gas tank, Rose or Rose, because she already been there 5 rounds. What's going to happen on the ground? That's where it gets interesting. I think right now, man, I'm gonna lean towards Rose winning this fight, though, man. I think Rose, she can win this one. I think Rose has what it takes. Like, it's just a matter of her making sure the lights are on in there, making sure she's ready to go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Rose in this fight. By stoppage, possibly, sure, but I could see her winning the decision here. But to win that decision, she's gonna have to be on. Yeah, Apex is a little bit smaller, Paul. Easy. I think it depends on what Ebos does entirely. If Ebos makes it a kickboxing match, it's easy work for Rose. Yeah, I think kickboxing match, yeah, Rose wins it. Any type of mid-range fight, I think Rose wins it. I think it gets interesting if it's on the inside, like where Rose is not getting full leverage. Because Ebos, she can throw knees too. Ebos can throw knees. Ebos got a good jab. Ebos has got a long jab too. But it's a matter of her avoiding getting countered by the right hand by Rose. Yeah, I think Ebos, on the inside, if she does like what Karolina Kowalkiewicz done in the past, get in there, work some, good shots to the ribs in the breadbasket, Ebos might put it in a dog match here. Rose has an underrated ground game. Ground game, yes, it's solid. I think that, she's a little slippery thing when she's on there. I think I personally don't think it's underrated because early in her career, yeah, she was getting a lot of submissions. We forget sometimes. I think, yeah, we seen what she turned into on the feet. It just kind of proves that, yeah, she turned into a well-rounded fighter. But I think, yeah, she's always been solid on the ground. That's why I think she has a high chance in this fight, in the ground. Like if Ebos gives her back up in this one, it could be over. That's why if she does, Ebos tries to go for like a judo toss and gives her back up, I'm gonna go with Rose in that moment. If she go in there trying to toss Rose and Rose, when you toss somebody up like that, them judo tosses, you got to be careful. Rose, she'll slide right out. She'll slip her head out and she could be on her back just like that and submit her. So yeah, her jiu-jitsu game it's there. He said, that's G Rob though. G Rob, now G Rob's ground game, when it's just pure ground game, it's a beast. You, you got to give her credit for that jujitsu. No, like her pure jujitsu is on point though. Yeah, that's just Jillian though. Easy when it comes to that. I don't think she made Rose ground game look like trash. That's when you just in that pure element. It's not mixed martial arts anymore. So Robertson, her mind was on pure jujitsu. Rose, in that moment, she ain't never done this before. So Rose was like still thinking MMA, But when you get in this fight, it's gonna be mixed martial arts with that jujitsu in there for Rose. So same thing with Ebos, So it'll come to a point where Rose could be slicker. Ebos might be first, but it'll come down to see who knows that next move on the ground. But yeah, Jillian Robertson, yeah, I wouldn't say she made her look like trash. It was just, a different element for her. And that's what Jillian Robertson was famous for. BJ said Amanda seems so focused nowadays. Yeah, she does. She does. I just hope she's okay. Y'all got to remember this too. Don't forget this. Ebos had a fractured orbital bone. Do y'all think that comes into play? Y'all got to remember that Ribas has a fractured orbital bone, and she came back quick. Did she take some hits in that Luana Pinheiro fight too? She stopped Luana Pinheiro, definitely, but she came back quick. Because I remember like the elbow that did it too. Like I remember her corner said it was in the first round, and it was that loud elbow that Macy Barber clunked her with. Macy Barber elbow connected with Ribas's cheek, and you heard that thing. You heard it land, so you knew something was broke. You know? So think about that too, man. Got to think about that. Marcus said more weapons in MMA compared to grappling matches. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So think about that, man. Like that damage could still be there. That damage could still be there. And when Rose hits with that accuracy, Rose hits with some accuracy like that, she might wake that injury back up. And if they know, they'll capitalize off of that. Paul said, well, if they're going there, then Rose has a weak broken hand. Well, technically she has a broken pinky, right? She had a broken pinky, so not the full hand. So if she throw with them 2 knuckles and make sure they on point, that pinky will be okay. I remember Ebos did an interview with DC and he was looking at her like she was crazy. I think I remember that one, man. I think I remember that. Oh man. He was looking at her like she was crazy, man. Who was that? Who was that recently that was acting crazy? Natalia Silva. Shoot, Natalia Silva about to give Amanda Ebos a run for her money, man, as far as crazy interviews. That girl wanted somebody to sing happy birthday to her. He was like, all right, get out of here. Well, even better, Zaman. It was dislocated. So that thing was knocked out of place. I remember she showed the picture of it, and even better. So she should be fine then, right? A grappling match between Jillian Robertson and Jacqueline Amram. That'd be interesting right there. Pure grappling. That's a toss-up. That one right there would be a toss-up. All right, y'all. So I'm about to jump off of here now. It's been good. It's been a good conversation with y'all. He said Pat Barry was a dummy for not trying to adjust it. Yeah, I've seen like in fights before, like people pop shoulders back in place. Bare knuckle boxing, sometimes they'll pop stuff right back, pop wrists, pop arms back into place. That was kind of weird. They should have just, popped it back in place, man. B just said G Rob. Yeah, G Rob. You got to go with G Rob against Amram. Paul said you don't need your finger. You don't need your finger. As long as you got those 3, let me see. As long as you got those 4 in that thumb, or those 3 in that thumb to make a fist, you should be all right. But all right, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here now. Good talk. I'll probably see y'all Monday when we talk some more here. What else? Yeah, these are the only fights we got. These are the only fights we got coming this weekend on the card, and I think that's cool. Seeing Rose come back in the main event, Ribas in the main event. We're gonna see what happens. Was there anything I missed, y'all, as far as fights coming up? I think let me take a look at the Aaron and Manon card, just like an early look. Not the main event, but I want to see what other fights are on there. Excuse me. Let me see what other WMMA fights are on there. That's gonna be insane. Oh yeah. We got Melissa Gatto and Dudakova. Man, they could have gave. Wait a minute now. They could have gave Gatto another flyweight, man. Hold on. Okay, Melissa Gatto, Dudakova. I go with Gatto early. You got Verna and Lupi's on this card. Yeah. Joaquin Buckley and Vitaly Luque is a good co-main event. I was glad they didn't make it the main event though. Yeah, it's a good fight though. He said, "Kama, remember, me and you was discussing Mora and Gomez. Now it's booked." Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, so we got some strawweight fights booked, right? We got Mora, Gomez, and we got this too. I forgot. We got Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Yasmin Lucindo. Early look, Mora, dangerous on the ground. Gomes, I think, her thing is going to be, again, her hands. She kind of got exposed with, like Gomes was getting taken down by Angela Hill. Was she not? So I think purely Eduardo Mora wins on the ground. I mean, she get this thing to the ground. She should win the fight. But to me, Mora will not. Don't stand with Gomes. I mean, Gomes doesn't have to worry about the striking IQ Angela Hill in this fight. So, if she takes control with her hands, it could be her fight. But Mora taking her down, that's her world. Denise Gomes going to the body, setting up power shots. Striker grappler. It's going to be a striker grappler type of matchup. So, Denise Gomes, she got to make sure she's ready here. Because, again, Mora, I don't know how much she going to, if she going to make weight. Hopefully she does. She dealing with a big straw weight. 5'6", 66-inch reach, versus Gomes. I believe Gomes was a 5'3". Yeah, 5'2". Yeah, she's 5'2". So with that type of reach, I need to see gut punches and overhand rights. Overhand to get on the inside. She did to Bruno Brazil. But yeah, that fight's not going the distance. I don't believe Denise Gomes Mora go the distance. I don't believe Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Lucindo go the distance either. I think this is going to be action-packed. I think Lucinda's going to take a page out of what she's been doing earlier, trying to be a little bit more methodical and pick her shots, find those openings to hurt Karolina and, land those hard kicks, hard calf kicks. I see Karolina using her boxing here, uppercuts, and even possibly trying to use a ground game, but Lucindo's not a slouch on the ground either. So I see another one here that's going to be a war. So these are two good fights. These are some action fights here. Gomes is coming back after the Angela Hill loss against a big opponent. This one here, man, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, man, like after going on a 4-fight win streak, why not? The last few fights weren't toughest competition, but if Karolina Kowalkiewicz wins this fight, y'all give her a higher spot, man. Y'all put her in the top 10. Go ahead, put her back in the top 10 because she done resurrected her career for sure. If Kowalkiewicz goes in here and dominates Lucindo, I'm going to be like, yo, go ahead and give this girl a higher spot. Give this girl a higher spot because she done resurrected her career to try to get back in action. But I want to jump too far here. It's May 4th. We'll see how this thing goes. Denise Gomes, though, versus Eduardo Mora, that is June 8th. That's further out. That was further out. So, but there's a lot that needs to be proven in those two fights to make sure Denise Gomes worked on her ground game. We want to see Mora, see what type of stand-up game she has. Can she take away the right hand of Gomes the way Angela Hill did? Can she take Gomes down with ease? Right? Closeman said Mora is going to drown her. Brian said Gomes is going to knock Mora out unless she misses weight by 5 pounds again. He said she come in as a bantamweight, she win in the fight. Karolina defense better be on point. That's a tough one. Yeah, it is, man. I think Gomes is like a little young Amanda Nunes in training, man, the way she's been kind of smartening her game up. Zama said Gomes will beat the crap out of Mora. Okay. Going down to the bottom here, Mora, a close from said Mora is going to show why she belongs. Yeah, this is going to be one where she got to. I mean, if she can do what Bruno Brazil couldn't do, and you knock this girl out, like this little Andrade out, and you move on from here and get you a couple more wins, maybe. All right. She got to get this win and maybe two more, and then I'll say we looking at somewhat of a threat. And she got to do it on weight. I'm just saying. Brian said I still don't know enough about Moore, but she's big and strong. Should be able to get Gomes down. That's what I'm saying. I think, yeah, if Angela Hill could get her down, Moore is going to get her down, I think. And that's where she needs to make sure she get in the fight. Gabby said, I think Lucindo can beat Pinheiro. I think so too. I think she can too. I think Lucindo convincingly beats Luana Pinheiro to me, for sure. That'd be a good fight. Lucindo can win this one. Lucindo can definitely win this fight here. I'm looking for a threat in the strawweight, man. So I'm hoping Lucindo and some of these girls y'all think, can make it. Eduardo Moore, she undefeated too. So, I'm ready to see somebody rise up here. We got, we do need some new heads at 115. BJ said just like Macy, 29-28 Miranda. Oh man, Macy ain't win jack. Macy knows she ain't win that fight. That's why she don't want to even rematch her. Miranda could be the next title contender and Macy could have the belt, but Macy would probably move up the bantamweight before she fight Miranda again. How you like that? She'll avoid that fight. She might pull Roxanne out of retirement and want to fight her again before she fights Miranda Maverick. Yeah. BJ, you heard me say it. I said it. All right. I talk a lot of crap here. Brian said, I think this Macy beats this Maverick. No, I don't think so. I think that even with the slight improvements she's made, I think style wise, they still have they still have that type of energy where Miranda would still come out on top. And then the judges would help her out. Yeah. Robertson Hill is a must-have. Oh, okay. Robertson Hill. Maybe. Macy went to a split with Lee. That's Bumstead. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I still think Maverick beats her. Zama said 5 rounds. Maverick better be careful. I know you picked Andrea Lee, man. I know you expect Andrea Lee to beat Maverick, but it didn't happen, man. Yeah, Nora Cornell and Melissa Dixon, they fight. That should be a good fight. Nora Cornell is like, more Thai. Melissa Dixon, she can go in there and bang. So yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. That should be some good action. Again, it's not gonna decide who's the next bantamweight champion or anything like that, but it should be interesting. All right. Yeah, because again, going back to Maverick and Macy, I still think even like in the clinch, man, like I don't think Macy can really do damage on Miranda like she did to Montana. Because I mean, Caitlin Chikagan, she did a good job at times of tying up Macy Barber's clinch attack. Who has the best cardio at flyweight? Let me see. At flyweight, including everybody, I'd probably say Valentina. I would probably say Valentina because she's the long reigning champion here. She's gone 5 against Joanna, went 5 against Jennifer Maya, went 5 against Tyler Santos. Who else did she go 5 against? Yeah, I would still say Valentina. I'd still have to put Valentina up there as far as best cardio. Barber, I wouldn't put. I don't know if I put Barber up there. I'd put Manon up there before I put Barber. I don't know where you get that from, man. Like I haven't seen signs of like Manon fading to not say she doesn't have good cardio. As a stand-up fighter, you got to have good cardio. I would say Valentina number one because she's been more 5-round fights. Then I would say I put Valentina. I would put Grasso because she has gone 5 with the champion now. And then I would put Aaron Blanchfield and I would put Manon up there. Neck and neck is cardio there. Because Manon's already gone the distance in most of her fights on the come up. You know, she's already gone the distance in those fights and won 3-round fights and only lost maybe like 1 or 2 rounds out of all her fights. You know, Aaron's the one that actually has been finishing people and hasn't been going the distance yet. You know, Barber though, Barber, I think her deal is a lot off of heart. Her deal is, her being really gritty, but like just like cardio, I don't know. I can't go by what you say, Zama, because you ain't put Valentina up there. Come on now. Valentina. Just because she ain't holding the belt, you can't ignore her. So you said we'll see Manon's card. Yeah, we'll see it next week. Exactly. We will see it next week. I mean, if you ignore Valentina, I can't take your word. I can't take your word serious because how do you ignore Valentina who's gone 5 many times in control fights? I mean, come on. If you are ignoring Valentina Shevchenko as one of the cardio monsters here, come on now. Barber as a youngin too, she should have some decent cardio, but even then, like she still has to pace herself. Like, and if you really watching Barber and you see her, she take rounds off too. She be taking rounds off too. Like if you say Valentina taking rounds off, you got to see that Barber be taking rounds off. She took 2 off against Miranda. Yeah, man, she took 2 off against Miranda. Come on now, you can't say Barber. Come on now. Come on now. Barber cardio ain't been tested like that, man. You get her off that list with Aaron and Grasso. You better put Shevchenko up there, man. Get that list off there, man. Come on. What you doing, man? Better put the Bullet's name up there. You got to put some respect on Valentina's name. When it comes down to cardio, come on. Easy said Val is most dangerous in rounds 4 and 5. Shevchenko gassed out in the round with Santos. Oh, she did? Who got that win though? Who got that win and who had the damaged eye though? Who was still in there throwing strikes? That gassed out? I'm just saying. When you look at the fight, you got to call it what it is. Tyler was in there. She did some things that nobody else could. But Valentina gassed out. Valentina was still trying to go for takedowns. I'm just saying. Easy said, how do you know Valentina's takedown defense wouldn't gas Aaron out though? It evens out. Yeah, I mean, you gotta think, man. Valentina been around a long time, man. So she knows things, man. So yeah, May 4th, that fight. Ernest and Diana Barbosa, right? Yeah, because I shared her picture, she responded to it because I shared Diane Barbosa is gonna be fighting. Ooh, her and Kareem Silva got a little history too. Robot Chicken, what's going on, man? Let's see. Yeah, both were contender series winners. And Barbosa, she got the finish in hers. Hers was pretty dope if I remember. Dion Barbosa. Yeah, Dion Barbosa, she got a win over over Karine Silva early in her career, and she lost to Jenna Bishop and Josiane Nunes in her career. Hold up now, Josiane Nunes, when she beat Dion Barbosa, what weight were they at? Oh, 134. Okay, like 135. Okay. Ernesta Carecate versus Dion Barbosa. I like Barbosa. Though. Like, yeah, she had a quick armbar finish. And yep. Karine's a dark horse at 125. Yep, Karine Silva, she could do something crazy and get it all. What's up, Six? She could do something crazy, man, and get it. James said gassed out, but whooped Santos the most in 4 and 5. That's the type of comedy we get to enjoy with this guy. I'm actually agreeing with James this time. Something's wrong here, Zaman. See, Zaman. See, Zaman. Once you see, Zaman, when you ignore facts like that, come on, man. Like, come on. Gassed out. Like, Valentina was gassed out in that fight. Come on. Barber's cardio better. Oh my goodness. You basically saying Macy Barber, I gotta go now. I'm leaving. Macy Barber's cardio is better than Valentina. Oh man. Should I put that up as a poll? I'm gonna have to put that up for a poll, man. Whose cardio is better, Valentina Shevchenko or Macy Barber? And I'm gonna dedicate that to you, Zaman. All right. But on that note, it was fun. I have to go. I'm hungry again. So make sure y'all subscribe and hit that like button. And I will try to catch y'all on Friday. Sink said, y'all keep pulling me back. Sink said Valentina's cardio has declined. Not enough for Barber to catch up. So no, that's still not proven yet. Barber would gas out Shevchenko in the clinch within 2 rounds. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I haven't seen Barber do enough to make me say she handles Valentina like that. No way. And to say Valentina's cardio decline, I mean, like, compared to what? Like, compared to what right now? Yeah, I stand to agree with BJ on that. Her cardio hasn't declined. She was just shook by Grasso. Like, she got rocked by Grasso a couple times. Grasso made her slow the pace down. Like, there was no issues with cardio. I ain't see no issues with cardio. She was still throwing with intensity. She was still jabbing. She was still taking Grasso down. If anything, she was just getting hit and hurt by some punches. But when it came to her cardio, still taking Grasso down, still jabbing, still working, still in the fight. And that's the proof that you have to stop Valentina to win a fight. That's just proof you have to stop her to win a fight because she's still in there. Like, has she slowed down? Yes. But to say her cardio is bad, no. To say she doesn't have the best cardio at flyweight is like, what? Come on. It's already been proven. Like, when somebody else wins that belt and they go the distance as many times as she has and they still have some energy left over, then we talk. But like, if you want to just say slow down, okay, yeah, of course. Everybody, when they get older, yeah, they slow down. But to say her cardio is not good, or say it's not top 3 or top 2 it right now, that's kind of insane. Sink said I just said it's decline. Oh, well, I wasn't talking to you, Sink. I mean, you chimed in when we were talking to Zaman. Zaman doesn't think her cardio was good at all. Because we were talking about it being bad in general, but everybody's cardio slows down. Like, when you get to a certain age, it's not going to be the same. We talking about it being good versus being bad. Like, he's saying it's bad, and I disagree with that. And that's the only way you're gonna really test it. Yeah, BJ. That's the only way you're gonna really test it, to see how it is against one of these physical fighters now, right? Against one of these physical fighters. But I definitely can't say, well, this girl ain't built for 5 rounds. Not when she's been doing it this long. Like, it's gonna take somebody to really wear her down. Like, Grasso did it with timing and finding openings and opportunities, not just like consistent wearing. Like, say if Tyler Santos had got that victory and she was using like constant pressure and ground and pound, she would have been able to just tearing her, really tearing it down, you know? But yeah, I would still say I would. Aaron's is good. I'd still say Valentina's is over right now. I would still say it's over. Long time champ. You just can't say, oh, it's bad. Like, no, It's been proven with too many 5-round fights compared to everybody else. All right. Again, I'm about to step out the door. Yeah, and make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, possibly Friday. All right, y'all. Combo Breaking 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.